Welcome to the Small Scape. I am so excited for today's video because it's September, and September means fall. And what does fall mean? Fall fish keeping is here. And that means when you jump back into the hobby, you're just so excited. And I have 3 suggestions. The first of which is new rocks. Get those rocks that you've collected during the summer. I collected a lot, as you can see, from Colorado. So I am excited to get them out, get them washed, and get them ready for new scapes. Second tip is visit somewhere new, somewhere old. This is us leaving a swap, our green water swap. I'll get to that back in a minute. But we also visited a fish store that we had never been to. This is Animal Island. I believe it is Midlothian, if I'm correct. We've always been told about it. It's very close to our green water. That's my driver right there. And it is so exciting to go to a fish store that you have never gone to before. I was thoroughly excited because not only can you find, of course, fish that you're looking for, but you can get some ideas and see fish that maybe you've never seen before or thought about, including one in just a little bit that you're going to see that I am definitely obsessing about, that I will absolutely have to add to one of my tanks this fall. And here it is. This is the purple Harlequin rasbora. Every time I've seen it in the last probably year, I keep telling myself that I want them. Well, now it's become I need them. So anybody who's kept them, let me know. Any tips, tricks? And of course, I could spend hours in a fish store, so could this guy right here. These were really cool. It's a little bit too big for any of my tanks, but I like to even look at decor, little tchotchkes you can put in your tank that can make it so much fun. You'll see some unusual ideas coming up this fall. And look at that, what was next door? Dollar General. How fun. Now, I also went to Petco. No, actually, this was not Petco. This was PetSmart. And they did have a deal. I think they have this pretty frequently. Buy 2, get the third 50% off. And I said to myself, I think I'm going to add some Anubias. I do believe to my 22 gallon. It popped into my head. Why not add some Anubias? I originally did not want to, thinking that the light might be a little bit too bright. And I think it's going to be fine. We're going to give it a shot because, as you know, I'm having some issues with some of the plants in there. And look at that Bucephalandra, the brownie, a lot of it, which I do have a way that I'm keeping a lot of my extra boost in the moment. So I'm going to grab that guy too. This was really fun. Who doesn't love going and looking at plants and just grabbing a bunch? Good point on the shrimp. They do help keep a tank clean. And look at this. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. They have little pamphlets on aquarium plants. I'm going to read that later. But look, this is actually how I'm keeping a lot of my boost because I don't need them in tanks yet because they're waiting. I keep them in little jars with lids, totally immersed, and they look adorable. Here we are at the 22 gallon, and it's looking very sparse. I do have the crypt planted in the back, and here are my 2 new Anubias. Now it's kind of risky, I guess, a little bit. You don't know what condition they're in. They do have a return policy. There was the end of the rhizome that was kind of mushy and starting to rot, so I did cut all of that off. It's clean. I will keep an eye on it, and I am doing my favorite method for adding plants to a tank, which it's just the best way to kick off the fall fish keeping season, is to add plants to your tank. I am just wedging it, and there's driftwood in here that is really kind of, well, I don't know if I'd say completely cooperating, but it's lending me a little bit of a hand because I'm not quite sure if I want it here. I want to let it settle in, see which kind of ways the leaves are going. I'm just not quite sure, but getting like a little bit of plant there, I think that will work out. And then I got a shorter guy because I wanted him to kind of go towards the bottom, more in the forefront. We'll see if he wants to behave as well, because remember, I do have both peacock gudgeons and I've got the gobies in here. Of course, cord cats too. They'll all kind of help to dislodge these plants, which I would like to avoid. But it is kind of fun to see plants on the right hand side of the tank where it's kind of been getting sparser and sparser. But look at that. It's just a little bit of something, and boy was that fun. Now here we are in the basement. That's my 20 that you saw a while back. I am going to have to revisit that because I think I'm going to add somebody in there. But I wanted to show you this tank. If you saw Mr. Primetime's video, I think it was last week, I'll link it for you. He added plants and fish to this existing tank, and this is what we got from the green water swap. Beautiful, just huge plants that you just can't go to any kind of big box store and get. But it was so funny. I helped him plant them when there was a bunch of stuff all stirred up and you can't see. So I was like, well, I'll just put them here, and then when the tank clears up, this is before we had the fish in there, we'll see what it looks like and then I can move them. Well, sure enough, in the morning it cleared up and he wouldn't let me move them. So the placement of these plants, it's not on me. And the fish in here, the Zacco platypus, oh my gosh, look at them. They're just so beautiful. So to kick off the fall season, these are my suggestions. Go get your collections of whatever you've collected over the summer. If you're a rock hound like I am, visit a fish store, get some ideas, and then of course, get some plants, and you will be off to a great start. So those are my ideas. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. What are your suggestions? And I'll see you next week.